Welcome to Graceful Tales, where timeless stories come to life with meaning, emotion, and faith. In today's journey, we step into one of the most profound moments in history, Jesus' time in Gethsemane, a night of sorrow, prayer, and ultimate surrender. This is a story of love, sacrifice, and unwavering faith. Stay with us as we bring this powerful moment to life. The moon casts a silver glow over the olive trees, their leaves rustling gently in the night breeze. Jesus moves ahead, his face etched with sorrow. Behind him, Peter, James, and John follow, their exhaustion evident. Yet they remain concerned for him. Jesus said softly, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow, to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Peter rubs his tired eyes and nods, while James and John exchange worried glances. Jesus steps a short distance away and falls to his knees. The weight of the moment presses down upon him like a crushing stone. "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." Darkness deepens around him. His forehead presses against the earth, his body trembling. A bead of sweat, tinged with blood, slides down his brow. The wind picks up, whispering through the trees as if the very creation weeps with him. A gentle rustling in the air signals the appearance of an angel, who kneels beside him, radiant yet solemn, and said softly, "The Father is with you, Son of Man. Be strengthened." Jesus lifts his gaze, sorrow still evident, but a firm resolve setting into his expression. The angel vanishes, and Jesus stands, unsteady but determined, returning to his disciples. His steps are slower now, yet filled with purpose. Jesus asks, "Are you still sleeping? Could you not keep watch for 1 hour?" Peter jolts awake, ashamed. James and John lower their heads, avoiding his gaze. "Watch and pray so you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He walks further into the garden again and collapses, fists clenched against the earth. The pain within him is indescribable. Every fiber of his being resists what is coming, yet he submits once more. He prayed once again, "Abba, Father, if this cup cannot pass unless I drink it, then let your will be done." Tears stream down his face. His hands tremble. The silence around him is profound. His breathing steadies, and when he rises, his expression is one of unwavering determination. He returns to his disciples and finds them still sleeping. He watches them for a long moment, his heart aching not only for what is coming but for their weakness, for their struggles that will soon overwhelm them. Enough, the time has come. The sound of approaching footsteps echoes through the garden. Torchlight flickers through the trees. Jesus turns as Judas appears, leading the temple guards. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, silence hangs heavy in the air. Judas, calling out "Rabbi," steps forward and kisses Jesus' cheek. Jesus does not pull away. The sadness in his eyes deepens, though his face remains calm. Jesus asks softly, "Do you betray the Son of Man with a kiss?" The guards surge toward Jesus, swords drawn. Peter, startled, jumps up, pulling out his own weapon, adrenaline coursing through his veins. Peter said firmly, "Lord, shall we fight?" Without waiting, Peter swings his sword, slicing off the ear of Malchus, a servant of the high priest. Malchus cries out in pain, gripping his wound. Blood spills onto the ground. Jesus raises his hand. "Enough of this," Jesus said. He reaches out and touches Malchus' ear. Instantly, the wound is healed. The guards hesitate, stunned. Jesus looks at Peter, who stands frozen, his chest rising and falling with rapid breaths. "Put away your sword. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" Peter looks down, ashamed. Jesus turns to the guards, standing firm, though boundless sorrow flickers in his gaze. And he said, "You come with swords and clubs as if I were a criminal. Every day I was in the temple, and you did not seize me. But this is your hour, when darkness reigns." The guard seize him. The disciples scatter into the night. Jesus does not resist as he is led away. The garden is left silent once more. Jesus is taken through the dimly lit streets of Jerusalem. The city is mostly quiet, though distant festival sounds echo. Torches flicker, casting eerie shadows. Peter and John follow at a distance, keeping to the dark alleys. The streets seem to close in around them, their steps uncertain. Peter whispering, "We shouldn't have run." John solemnly, "But what can we do now?" Peter clenches his fists as he watches the soldiers lead Jesus into the high priest's residence. The doors shut behind him, and an unbearable helplessness settles over Peter. Inside the high priest's court, Jesus stands bound before the Sanhedrin. Caiaphas, the high priest, watches him closely. The council members whisper among themselves, eyes filled with hostility. Caiaphas asks coldly, "Are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One?" Jesus said steadily, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." A collective gasp rises from the council. Caiaphas tears his robes in feigned outrage. "Blasphemy! Do we need any further witnesses?" The guards step forward. They spit at Jesus, strike him, mock him. He remains silent, enduring each blow without resistance. In the high priest's courtyard, Peter huddles near a fire, warming his hands. The flames flicker, casting shadows across his troubled face. A young servant girl approaches, studying his features. A servant girl said, "You were with Jesus of Galilee, weren't you?" Peter, startled, "I don't know what you're talking about." He shifts uneasily. Another bystander notices him, eyes narrowing. "You are one of his followers." Peter said firmly, "I am not." A rooster crows in the distance. The sound grips Peter's heart. A third person eyes him with suspicion. "Stranger, your accent gives you away. You must be one of them." Peter said angrily, "I don't know the man." The rooster crows again. Peter's breath catches. Across the courtyard, Jesus turns, his bruised face filled with sorrow. Their eyes meet. Peter's heart shatters. He stumbles away, tears streaming down his face. At the Mount of Olives, Peter collapses beneath a tree, sobbing. Peter broken said, "Lord, forgive me." The sun begins to rise, golden light spilling over Jerusalem. The city awakens, unaware that history's greatest moment is unfolding. As we reflect on this powerful moment in Gethsemane, we are reminded of the depth of Jesus' love, the weight of his sacrifice, and the unwavering faith that carried him forward. Even in his sorrow, he chose to submit to the Father's will, showing us the ultimate example of obedience and grace. Thank you for watching this journey with us here at Graceful Tales. If this story has touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of faith, hope, and redemption. Until next time, may you walk in grace.